In the heart of Africa, where the sun kisses the earth and vibrant markets pulse with life, stories of great kings and mighty warriors are often told. But what about the queens? Not the ones born into royalty, but the ones crowned by courage, who ruled not from a throne, but from a market stall. Today on Untold Africa, we journey back in time to uncover a tale inspired by the fearless spirit of the continent as market women, the unsung heroines who dared to defy empires. Our story begins in a bustling West African market, a kaleidoscope of colors, sounds, and scents. Here, among the pyramids of yams, the rainbow of spices, and the rich aroma of palm oil, we meet Adana. Her hands, though calloused from years of trade, moved with the grace of a dancer as she arranged her textiles. Adana was more than a merchant. She was the heartbeat of her community, a keeper of stories, and a woman whose laughter was as rich as the soil. But a shadow was looming over this vibrant marketplace. The colonial administrators, with their crisp uniforms and colder eyes, saw the market not as a center of culture and community, but as an untapped source of revenue. They imposed a new tax, a heavy burden designed to fall squarely on the shoulders of the market women. The decree was read aloud, the words sharp and foreign, cutting through the lively chatter like a cold wind. A hush fell over the crowd. Fear mingled with confusion. How could they pay? This tax wasn't just a few coins. It was a threat to their family's survival, an insult to their hard work and independence. The other women looked down, their faces etched with worry. Whispers of surrender began to circulate. What can we do? One sighed. They have soldiers and we have only our wares. But Adana's eyes were not downcast. They blazed with a fire that had been passed down through generations of strong women. She remembered the stories her grandmother told her, tales of women who could command spirits and men who could talk to the earth. She knew that power didn't always come from a gun. Sometimes it came from a united voice. That evening, as the moon cast a silvery glow over the village, Adana did not go home to rest. She went from stall to stall, from hut to hut, her voice a steady drumbeat in the quiet night. She spoke not of violence or war, but of something far more powerful, unity. They see us as just market women, she said, her voice ringing with conviction. They think we are weak because we trade in cassava and cloth, but they are mistaken. We are the mothers, the sisters, the daughters. We are the roots of this community. If the roots refuse to nourish the tree will wither. Her words planted a seed of hope in the hearts of the women. This was not a call to arms, but a call to action. The plan was simple, yet audacious. The next morning, when the colonial officials arrived to collect their tax, they found something they never expected. An empty market. The stalls were bare, the pathways were silent. The vibrant heart of the community had stopped beating. The women were gone. Confused and annoyed, the officials waited. Hours turned into a day, and then another. Without the market, the entire town ground to a halt. Food became scarce, trade ceased, and the colonial administration's own supplies began to dwindle. The women, hidden in the surrounding villages, had cut off the lifeblood of the colony. They controlled the food, the economy, the very rhythm of daily life. This silent, powerful protest was a testament to their strategic brilliance. It was a war fought not with spears, but with empty baskets. This story of Adana isn't just a folk tale. It's a reflection of real history, echoing the incredible bravery of women across Africa. In 1929, thousands of Igbo women in Nigeria organized the Women's War, or Ogu Amanwanye, a massive revolt against unfair colonial taxation. They used their networks, their intelligence, and their collective power to challenge the British Empire, a feat that historians now recognize as a pivotal moment in anti-colonial history. Similarly, in the 1940s, the Abeokuta Women's Union in Nigeria, led by the formidable Funmilayo Ransom Kuti, organized spectacular protests against unjust taxes and the corrupt rule of a local leader. They used petitions, demonstrations, and even satirical songs to mock and undermine the authorities. Their movement was so successful that it led to the abdication of the ruler and major political reforms. These women were not just traders. They were political strategists, activists, and leaders who understood that economic power was political power. Back in our story, the colonial district officer, frustrated and outmaneuvered, finally had no choice but to summon Adana. He expected to see a woman begging for mercy. Instead, he met a queen. She stood before him, not alone, but flanked by the matriarchs of the market. She did not shout or plead. She spoke calmly, her voice filled with the unshakable strength of 1,000 women standing behind her. "You see our market as a place to take from," Adana explained, "but it is a place where we build. It is where we feed our children and secure their futures. Your tax is not just on our goods. It is a tax on our children's laughter, on the stories we tell, on the very soul of our people. We will not pay it." The officer, looking into her unflinching eyes and seeing the silent, resolute army she represented, finally understood. He had soldiers, yes, but she had the people. He had guns, but she had the food. He could occupy the land, but he could not rule it without the consent of its mothers. The tax was abolished. When the women returned to the market, it was not with a quiet shuffle, but with songs of victory. The market burst back to life, more vibrant and joyful than ever before. Adana went back to her stall, her hands once again arranging her beautiful textiles. She was still a merchant, a mother, a storyteller. But now everyone saw her, and all the women of the market, for what they truly were, the defenders of their nation, the leaders of their people. These accounts are not just footnotes in history. They are epic sagas of resistance, strategy, and courage that have been overlooked for far too long. The women of the Igbo Women's War and the Abeokuta Women's Movement were pioneers. They created blueprints for nonviolent resistance and collective action that would inspire future generations of activists across the continent and the world. Their legacy proves that leadership is not confined to a gender or a title. It is found in the courage to speak up, the wisdom to unite, and the strength to stand for what is right, even if you're standing in a marketplace. These are the stories we are passionate about sharing here on Untold Africa. We believe that to truly understand the world, we must listen to all its voices, especially those that have been silenced. The history of Africa is a rich and complex tapestry, woven with threads of incredible resilience and brilliance. The stories of its women are some of the most vibrant threads of all. By telling the tale of Adana, we honor the millions of real women whose names we may not know, but whose impact is undeniable. They were the economic backbone, the social glue, and the political conscience of their communities. They were the market women who built and defended nations. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you were moved by the story of Adana and want to discover more hidden histories and powerful tales from across the continent, please subscribe to Untold Africa. Hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next exploration into the stories that have shaped our world. Let's keep these legacies alive together. Thanks for watching.